So obviously, no man is an island, right? Everybody needs someone at some point in their life, right? You can't do everything on your own. And I had to learn that because there was a time where I thought that, I got this, I can do this, I can handle this. And to a large extent, I thought that I could. But eventually, other people play a big role in your journey, and you have to sit back and you have to credit, the folks that have helped you get to where you're at today. So for me, I've been fortunate that, I've got a pretty great family that have been supportive, of me and the things that I've been through. Um, and then, I have a daughter. She just turned 28 years old, and when you're a parent, no matter where you go, no matter where you're at, you always travel with your children. Your children travel in your subconscious. They're in your heart, but they're in your mind. And when you're doing something, whether you're struggling with something, whether something is challenging, or something is open to great opportunities for you, your children are in the forefront. And for me, my only child, she's always, for me, been, an inspiration and a motivation. I've known from when she was born, that I had to be there for her, that I had to be a good role model for her, that I had to do things right, that I had to show her that I had to lead by example, that I had to do all the things that a father needed to do. And remembering when things got really difficult, when we were dealing with my brother's addiction, and the challenges that he was going through with the heroin use, and how it affected not only me but others in my family. I had to make sure that I still was a father, that I still was a provider, that I still was an example to my daughter. So in a big way, I credit my daughter for where I'm at today, because she's my motivation, right? So I got to give her like the greatest amount of credit. But there's other folks that have played a great role, right? So you know, people that I work with, people that are my friends, other family members, and also the folks that I serve, right? Um, I've worked in different capacities. I've worked with 18 to 24-year-olds that were court involved, um, and I was also a court involved youth. And I thought, that it would be great for me to work in this capacity, because I know this population, right? I know this demographic, but I learned so much from them. I learned more from them than I think that I was able to give to them. And my eyes opened up, and in a big way, they motivated me to be better, not only for myself and for my life, but also to be a better mentor, to be a better counselor, because these young kids, they were really pushed to the margins. And it was important for me to do better and be better. So I was really motivated, um by them. So that motivation, that spilled over to the recovery part, right? To me recovering from some of the things that I've experienced, some of the things that I've seen with my eyes, that could have really, put me in a bad space. But the motivation from outside sources, from family, from friends, from the work that I do, um, and then later on continuing the work, working in a capacity of, being a coordinator for a recovery center, and working closely with, um, folks that are at the top of their field in this area, and learning from them, right? Learning from them, learning about, addiction, really learning not just the experiences, not just the hand to hand, but the tried and tested, um, studies that have been done, and learning more about addiction, and what it means, and how it affects families and friends. And that really kept me motivated. That kept me motivated. And just all the stimulus that I received, throughout my journey, um, good and bad, has motivated me. Um, but for me on a personal level, it would have to be my daughter. It would have to be wanting to, um, be that person in her life, wanting to be that father, that daddy, that person that she could always turn to, and I could always be there 100%. So, and I knew that in order to be there, that I had to, address things that I've been through, right? And the recovery journey has helped me greatly in that. When again, going back to when you meet others that have traveled the same road, others that have had the same experience, and you share, um, it's a big thing. uh, uh, Peer education is a big thing, right? You get to hear it right from the horse's mouth. So in some of the things that have kept me motivated, some of the people, of course, like I mentioned, my daughter, my family, my friends, the people that I work with, the people that I serve. So it's a lot, but it's all relevant.